There are many people who may not be successful, but they can still share the secret to success with you if you are kind. They can be found on social media, among your friends and family, and more. The advice they offer might not be the best, even if they have good intentions. They may have been taught misleading information and beliefs which they now think are true. Be aware that these quotes can be incorrect and that being sensitive will not get you anywhere. Before listening to anyone's advice, remember to take it with a grain of salt. Everything is open to interpretation and can change depending on many factors. With that said, here are 12 pieces of generally acceptable dumb advice we've noticed floating around.
Welcome to Coffeepo.com, where you learn finance every day. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do, as we bring valuable information every day to keep you informed and updated about finances.
Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. 1. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Don't let failure stop you from trying again, but remember that although you may be very motivated, you have limited resources, time, health, and emotional strength. Don't take risks that could lead to serious injury or worse, death. People who say this don't really understand the pain of losing something precious and are not qualified to give advice on how to cope. No one who has suffered the loss of a child would ever tell another couple who has gone through the same thing that they are stronger for it. 2. If you work hard, you can achieve anything. If hard work was all that mattered, the highest achievers would be coal miners or participants in a show about crab hunting. Unfortunately, hard work is not enough. To be successful, you need to be well-rounded and have the right knowledge. You must be a people person and have something that sets you apart from the competition. You must also be able to adapt, set goals, and manage others. Finally, you need to put in the time and effort, but you need to have a plan too. Hard work is important, but having a strategy is even more important. 3. Everything happens for a reason. Some believe that events don't happen randomly, but rather because something or someone caused them. This is based on the laws of physics. Knowing this concept of cause and effect can help stop looking for hidden meanings in every incident. Life is full of chaos. This world is made by humans and has resulted in norms, systems, myths, and customs. This isn't what people want to hear. Unless something is done, the world won't care. Even the strongest of people could be replaced, and the world would still go on. With billions of people, it's arrogant to think that your birth under a certain star has made you special. Unfortunately, this isn't true. It's just Hollywood's idea. Everyone acts like they are the main character, but really they are just extras. That's okay. It's still possible to have a meaningful and rewarding life. But if you're not happy with playing minor roles, you should create a new plot and make it great. 4. Just wait and let love happen to you. Oh, please let this end. We are tired of people who are at home and complain about being alone, even though they won't go out. It won't happen unless they are the delivery person for pizza. I'm not trying to stop myself from making new friends. The trouble is that nobody meets my very high standards, and I don't want to change them. Here is something to think about. If you find yourself surrounded by people who don't satisfy your expectations, you are either in the wrong place or in the right place, and you don't know it. How many women wait for a man who is tall, who has a nice car, who lives in a fancy home, who is successful, who loves animals, and who has great abs, but all they can offer is some not-so-good Spotify music and a lot of student loan debt? Be sensible, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fantasize about dating a model from Victoria's Secret while you have a job at Target. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you could change your life. You can't expect too much from somebody else until you have high expectations for yourself. Need someone in shape? Take care of your body and stay fit. Want to date a winner? Try to become successful. Move around, try something new, and be social to broaden your horizons. 5. Time heals all wounds. Don't tell someone who's going through a tough time that time will heal their wound. It might have been true when your high school crush didn't like you back, but in reality, some wounds can't be healed. Offer understanding and acknowledgement of the person's pain instead of trying to make it go away. If a couple has sadly lost their son to leukemia, it's important to accept that the pain won't ever go away, and that they'll have to learn to live with it. Some situations can leave permanent scars on our souls, and it's important to be aware of this. Those who offer such advice without considering the pain of the other person don't have enough empathy. Don't be like them. 6. Good things come to those who wait. Stop thinking that someone will give you something you want, but haven't done anything to get. Instead of sitting around and hoping for good luck, You need to make your own destiny by getting up each day and doing small activities to help yourself. You must work hard and put effort into achieving your goals, and that's how you get the rewards. Don't think that you will get something for nothing. You have to work for it. The amount of time it takes doesn't matter. It's all about how much work you do and how determined you are. 7. God never gives you a burden that you can't carry. We didn't mean to bring any divine being into this, but we are sure that some of you have heard this before. Life is not always fair, nothing happens for a set purpose, and you can either accept that or give up. We are all part of a small, ever-changing system, and the only thing that binds us is the freedom to choose our own paths. The world keeps on going without judging you. Your only job is to adjust to what happens. What about the children that died of starvation in Somalia last summer? Wouldn't this affect the all-loving God's feelings? Maybe they were able to cope with it. They just chose not to. 8. Always follow your heart. At first, that does not make sense. People often say, follow your heart, which usually means to do what makes you happy or what your intuition tells you is the right thing to do. However, both of these are not always the best idea. Your intuition can help you make better decisions and achieve greater success, but you need to practice using it to make sure you can trust it. Think back to when you were younger. If you were to look back at what you did, would you still think it was a good idea? Most likely not. It is important to make decisions that will help you reach your goals. Even if your emotions are telling you to give up, your logical mind will help you understand the mistake. Your brain is more reliable than your heart. 9. Think positive thoughts and the universe will provide. People who believe that simply thinking positively can make anything happen have likely only read one book, The Secret, which is a great book, but unfortunately, just because it sounds good doesn't mean it works. The book seems to imply that all you have to do is think positive thoughts. Those authors can be sneaky. Similarly, God's system of answering prayers with yes, no, and not yet is unbreakable. When positive thinking yields no results, you just need to accept that and keep on going. The world operates on action and reaction, so if something good does happen to you, it's only because you've put in the effort. Being optimistic is great, but it won't get you anywhere unless you also put in some work. You can think positively all day long, but if you don't put in the effort to make a change, you won't get very far. 10. You need money to make money. The idea that people can be successful if they have enough capital is a belief shared by many newcomers. Some investments, such as expensive real estate in Manhattan, are secure and will likely yield a profit in 10 years. Making money with no money is a real challenge and a test of your business abilities. Nowadays, getting a startup off the ground with the help of investors is seen as an accomplishment. Recently, one of our contacts was given $250,000 from a venture capital firm and celebrated with a big party. When you need to raise money from investors because you are unable to keep your project running on your own, it is a sign of failure. It is important to value your time and put in the effort to learn as much as possible so you can start earning money quickly and use it to expand until you are financially stable. 11. Be yourself. Rather than simply telling someone to be yourself, the best advice is to strive to become the best version of yourself. Take the time to really understand who you are, what makes you happy, what motivates you, and what your goals and aspirations are. Put in the effort and be patient with yourself as you work towards becoming the person you want to be. Doing this will not only help you better understand yourself, but it will also help you gain the acceptance and respect of those around you. 12. We are all born equal. Sadly, not everyone is given the same rights. Over the years, some have had better luck than others, which they use to their advantage to better their lives and the lives of their loved ones. Women have been seen as inferior for ages, and this is still seen in Saudi Arabia. In the US, if you're a white person, you have a greater chance of success than someone who is born in poverty in India. If you're brought up by a single parent, it's harder to succeed than someone who has both parents to guide them and give them a good example. There are varying opportunities based on where you're from and what race you are, and you must be aware of this if you want to get ahead. You must take into account the rules of the world that you're living in and face reality if you want to find success. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.